I gotta get you out of this building. I need you to be brave right now.
Hold on tight. We got this.
I'll do whatever it takes to keep my family safe.
Skyscraper, rated PG-13.
On the mission that we saw, but they even made a point to say that one of the tanks was focused and had a build specifically designed for close combat. So he had like a flamethrower and some melee attacks, whereas the other tank had missiles and some long-range weapons. So it seems like there's a lot of variety even within the same class, which is cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
You mentioned Destiny. It's giving you Destiny vibes, because that's like a negative for a lot of people.
I was say so. I think it's given me Destiny vibes in a lot of simple ways. Little things like, you know, that satisfying number count when you're like shooting at enemies, seeing the yellow for crits and things like that. Kind of the setting, going across this world during the mission, we saw kind of like scanning little glowing rocks and things for details about the world. So I think in that regards, it's giving me a lot of Destiny feels, but I don't know. I think there's so much variety between your weapons and your abilities. It's going to be a different game.
All right, well, obviously Anthem is one of the biggest games from the EA press conference yesterday. Let's take an exclusive look at how it all came together.
Anthem, really at the highest level, is about the fantasy of being an armored hero in an amazing, mysterious world. And we're designing the world to be so dangerous that it requires you to wear these power suits that give you superhuman ability.
Anthem is a world without mass production. We've discussed it as a world without microchips. Each javelin is a piece of handcrafted technology. But you are still not your javelin, you are a pilot. So what that means is that you can get into different javelins and play different roles depending on your needs, your desires, the people that you're playing with.
So on one side we have the Colossus. The Colossus is a heavy hitter. The Colossus is supposed to take damage. The Colossus is the tank. Then we've got the Ranger. The Ranger is more of your multi-class. The Ranger's fairly nimble, fairly agile, but can also pack a punch. We've also got the Storm. The Storm is more of a magic user. It's very powerful, very glass cannon-y. You'll be able to dish out a lot of damage, but you won't be able to take it.
You are leveling up your pilot, so your pilot is getting better at flying javelins, but then the really deep, long-term, meaty part of progression is the javelin itself.
It's not just what you traverse over land, it's that you might fly over something, but under that are and caves, and then there's a lake down below, and under that are caverns. And the sense of that verticality and the density of exploration, it feels great.
That would be a Titan. This is bad.
So some of your technology is based upon bits of this shaper technology, but really humanity doesn't understand how this works. If you imagine that a construction site that was abandoned, and there are bulldozers scattered around that are turning themselves on and wandering around the construction site periodically. They're machines of construction, but if they're just random, they're not really doing helpful things. So as a freelancer, your job is to go and interact with these machines and try to shut them down so they can't do too much harm. This is technology that is millennia beyond what humans understand. So when you're out in the world, you see these big machines And periodically these turn on and interact with the world in relatively unpredictable ways, causing mutations and storms and other cataclysms that reshape and change the world in
Each freelancer group has a crew, and each crew has multiple roles on it. Your crew in particular has a Strider pilot. A Strider is your remote base. It's your mobile base. It's for you and your team to basically get out into the open world, resupply, rearm, and get back into the adventure.
You are more like a fire jumper. You go out into the world to deal with very acute threats that you can deal with out in the world and serve as protectors, but in very specific, pointed ways.
We have the Scar. They have a tie back to the Shapers, but we don't necessarily want to go there yet. You certainly learn about it in the story.
There's another human faction called Dominion, which serves as the primary antagonist over the core story of Anthem.
We are consistent in what we see regarding the time of day, regarding the weather, unique and individual events and Shaper storms. You will see exactly what I see. So we can talk about it tomorrow, and you can say what you did during the storm, and I can say what I did during the storm. Now, whenever you go on an expedition with your friends, you have a dedicated server. So when we want to do an event, for example, we send out an event, and all the different people across all the different servers will see that event. We have total control over that.
All right.
See you on the other side.
Fort Tarsus is the place where you can learn